Hi there, I'm Russ Thomas, founder and president of RST Coaching Academy here in Daytona Beach, Florida. I would like to tell you a little bit about myself, but before I do, it's gotta confess to you that perhaps like many of you, I have an addiction. My addiction is, and maybe yours too, is that I am addicted to business. I love business. I love everything about business. It just turns me on. I enjoy it. Looking back over the years, after 50 years, I can remember now how it started. It was 1972. I was 2 years out of college with a degree in business management from the University of Wisconsin in Whitewater, Wisconsin. And I'd already been through two jobs, both of which I hated. I quit both of those jobs. And one day I was sitting in the living room of my apartment with my then girlfriend, Jenny, and I was complaining about my lack of possibilities, my lack of opportunities, my frustration with working. It was like, go to college, get a good education, get a good job. Well, I went to college. Trouble is, I kind of majored in weekends, and so my education wasn't that great. Therefore, my grades weren't that great. But nevertheless, I graduated with a degree in business management. But here I am in 1972, 2 years out of college, frustrated as can be. And I'm complaining to Jenny. And all of a sudden, she says, Russ, maybe you would be happier owning a gas station. That caught me off guard. And I looked at her and I says, what? Me own a gas station? I have a college degree. What am I going to do owning a gas station? Now, it's true that I had worked in two different gas stations while I was in college, in the summer jobs and so on. But, it was never anything that I thought of seriously, never thought about it, even unseriously. But nevertheless, that conversation kind of went nowhere. I blew up, and that was the end of it. A year later, Jenny was gone and I had purchased my first business, and guess what it was? Yep, it was a gas station on the outskirts of Madison, Wisconsin, on the interstate. I owned that business for 2 years, but that is where the addiction started. Since then, I've been involved in a number of different businesses that I have started and run on my own. Some of them have done well. Many of them have not done very well. All those 50 plus years, I have totally enjoyed being in business, but I realized I was in business by myself. I enjoyed being in business for myself, but I was also by myself. I did not have anybody that I could turn to, that I could lean on, that could offer me training, coaching, mentoring, advice, things to do, things not to do, and so on. And so I floundered, like I said, some of them were very successful, some of them were not. But that's the way it was for these past 50 years. A couple of years ago, I met a fellow by the name of Grant Cardone. And I was introduced to his program of training and coaching, sales training and business coaching. I signed on with him, with his company down in Miami, Florida, to become a licensed 10X certified business coach. And that turned my world around as far as my mentality, my mindset of business and thinking and sales and coaching and so on. And since then, I've devoted myself to wanting to work with individuals and businesses just like you to help you become better at what you're made to do. Okay, I believe each one of us has a purpose, and if business is your purpose, you need to do the best you can. You need to fulfill your total potential. And I want you to know I'm here to help you. If there's anything I can do along that line, give me a call. 386-286-2450, or send me an email at rstcoachingacademy.com. I look forward to hearing from you and working with you and watching you grow and reach your full potential. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.